Hello foodies and welcome back to Foot in Review, powered by FUTcoaching.com. Welcome to the one and only episode 432. We are recording 2 times a week, of course, during the summer, and we bring you the latest things about FIFA Ultimate Teams, and since this week, of course, also a little bit about pro clubs. And of course, this is all made possible by you, our listeners, viewers, and especially our Patreon supporters. So go check out patreon.com/footinreview to see the amazing benefits a little donation can bring you. And of course, a special shout out goes out to our Skybox owners, which are Reese, Amar, Daniel, and Archum, because they support us in the maximum tier. They get a free coaching session every single month, and of course, this special shout out next to our eternal gratitude. Added to the new podcast tiers are, of course, the trials for a Pro Clubs team. That's right. If you are a supporter, then if you are also on PlayStation 5, you should add that. You can get an invite to the trials. Whether you make the team or not, that's, of course, up to the manager, but at least you get a fair chance nonetheless. My name is John, and I'll be your host tonight. And tonight we'll be talking about Shapeshifters Tier 2, the summer tokens, and boy, that's a lot of tokens. And we have a very special guest, which we'll introduce first. A player that's probably better with a controller controlled by his feet than I am with my hands. It is none other than Tolando77. It's James. Hello, James.
Hello, John. Thanks very much for having me. How you doing?
I would say I'm perfectly fine, but my voice hides a little bit of a secret there. So I'm decent. Thank you very much. It's good to have you on. Been a while coming.
Yeah, delighted to come on. Thanks very much.
And we had a little surprise. Wanted to announce today that you were one of the players that joined the Pro Club team. But Ryan was so enthusiastic about the idea that he actually spoiled the surprise on Monday's podcast. Nonetheless, welcome to the club.
Thank you. I enjoyed it on Tuesday, like you said at the start, regarding Pro Clubs. So yeah, really enjoyed it. It was good fun. So it's good to be a part of it.
It's good to have you on. For people that don't know you, James, can you give us a quick introduction?
Yeah, certainly. Basically, I'm the man that got elite with my feet. I play not just the PS5, but PS4, just all different consoles really with my feet, because I was born with no arms. So instead of that, using that as a negative, the glass of milk's always half full. So I just practiced, and I'm still trying to improve. But just before Christmas there, maybe October, I got elite. So that went down really well with Twitter. And that was great. And one of the best comments I love to see is actually people saying, "Is there someone behind him playing? Is that actually him?" or the controller's not on. So that's one of the huge compliments that anyone can give me, really. So the comments are fun. So basically, yeah, that's me, and I'm streaming as well. I've been streaming for the last year and a half now. So just go and just try to build up my community.
Yeah, and that's going really well. I've been lurking in your streams while the other guys of the team were just spamming everything. And well, I think it is honestly that you said you were born without hands. Else, I would hardly notice it in the game.
Arms. I've got hands. Don't apologise, John. I've got hands. But just shorter arms or no arms, just whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just kept practicing.
Just before we introduce, of course, the other co-host of tonight, I think it's not only impressive that you make something out of a bad situation or a worse situation, maybe, right? Maybe you don't even see it as a bad situation currently. Because for my example, and people that listen to the show have been hearing me complain about 400 episodes about my constant back issues, which sometimes don't allow me to get out of bed or do anything or drive or whatever, which is really frustrating and sometimes really demotivating for me to get started that day. Mm-hmm. You just turned that around. Is it that easy, or do you also have days where you're like, you know what, screw this?
Definitely. I have many days like that, dark days or good days, mostly good days. But like you with your back, that's really what makes me play FIFA so much. Is I've got a lot of leg issues. My knees are rotated. I don't know the proper analysis of it, but basically I've got a lot of leg problems, a lot since I was young. So just to overcome that and just basically try not think about it is just play FIFA, just continually play FIFA and just basically just let it not get to me.
So 50 summer swap tokens is actually a good thing for you.
Aye, definitely. Lovely pain relief.
Let me just say you're an inspiration for us all, I think. And I can say it from my own personal opinion. Like I said, someone who is struggling with chronic pain myself. I think it's a really bright way of seeing things. And that shows how good video games or FIFA or a good community combined with a good mindset can actually bring you alive.
Yeah, definitely.
On to the order of the day, though, because, of course, I won't be able to talk all day long. It is Friday, which means we have to discuss content. And that also means when we talk content, we are talking about the Mr. Foot database himself, the one and only Ingve that knows every single card on top of his mind. Actually corrects me when I talk about FIFA 16 last week. Still knows which cards came out there. King of the North, Ingve, how you doing, my friend?
Good evening, buddy. I'm doing quite well, thanks. I was just smiling here. That was a really good introduction and awesome one.
It's true, though.
James, yeah, thank you. I still blush, though. But it's nice words. I like it. And you bring out the best in me, John. So thank you for that.
I could say you're wearing a beautiful kit. Where did you get them all from? Is that some insider information you got there?
And that's some inside luck, yeah, from my friends at EA.
Okay, we're not sponsored by EA, but we could definitely do with a kit of that for all our team members. So just saying out loud. It's good to have you on, mate.
Thank you.
Before we get into the nitty gritty and we talk content, I've got the 10 rapid fire questions for James, Ingve.
Yeah.
The 10 questions which I will ask you someday, but I've never actually came around so fast in it. So, James, first question, and meanwhile I'm actually looking at my notes, which of course I can't find anymore. But first question is, what is your favorite FIFA?
Favorite FIFA? Unfortunately, the last few FIFAs have not been really up to scratch, unfortunately. This FIFA, I've really enjoyed this FIFA, to be perfectly honest with you. But if I would have to choose my favourite one, it's always going to be the one that I first played, and that was FIFA 95.
That's a good choice.
I'll probably say that one.
Do you mind me asking how young you are, actually?
Oh, God. So I was born in 89, John, so what? Must have been about 5 or 6, and it was, I had FIFA 95 on the PC. It was either FIFA 95 or 96, I'm sure, but Feyenoord was always good back in the days.
He did his research. He did your research.
Was excellent. So it was good. It was good. Aye.
That was the time when Feyenoord was still good. So I applaud you for both your choices and the naming of Feyenoord in this podcast. PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation all the way.
The worst FIFA?
The worst FIFA? Maybe FIFA 20 or FIFA 21, I would say. It's not really up to scratch. I was always, I don't want to go off topic, but I was always PES. I was always a PES man. So I'd probably say maybe the last few FIFAs have not been great. Probably say that.
I can imagine. I was born a PES child myself, so I know how that feels. If you can change one thing in this FIFA, what would it be?
Good question. If I could change one thing in this FIFA, I'd probably say for new gen, even if you do default, your players are always very, very deep, extremely deep in new gen. But I even had a message. One guy he commented on me, and he said to me, "Respect to your feet, but playing 5 at the back is very sad." Now, surely if I'm playing my feet, it doesn't matter what formation I'm playing, right? But anyway, then he said to me, I'm playing 0 depth, but I wasn't. I was playing default, so it just really shows that it's far too deep, in my opinion, in the new gen. So that's what I would probably change.
One of the biggest issues Ingve has with the new gen as well, I think.
Yep.
Which I don't really mind because I'm much more bothered by this broken animation in old gen. So I take that for granted and switch to new gen every day of the week. But I definitely get that feedback. Also, 5 at the back, nothing wrong with it. Best teams in the world win Champions League with that. So
Yeah, exactly.
favorite real life football team?
Celtic.
I
Don't need to
somewhere
think about
had
it.
that feeling.
Yes.
What's your
If I
biggest
could
fear?
just slightly just turn it round.
Oh, there you go. Larsson
my hero.
himself.
Yes, definitely.
He's also from finance, so I can definitely get on board with that.
Yep, definitely it was. It was indeed.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear?
Yeah, we're going all out today, though, on the question. So
Yeah, you certainly are, John. You're going all out. My biggest fear, really? Not to be a success in life, I would have to say.
we could go a little bit deeper down. What would make life a success for you?
To be as big as possible as a streamer and have as many people watching me every single day, and just not even the money aspect. Yeah, it always helps. It gets you through life. It gets that loaf of bread and milk. But just to have the recognition, really, for what I do and things like that, and what the awareness that I'm bringing as well. So I would say that, yeah, definitely that would.
We did
be
a
my
podcast
deepest,
a couple of
my
months
deepest
ago
fear.
about the why we do things. I think your why is very clear, and it definitely shows in everything you do. That's cool.
Perfect, thank you.
Twitter or Instagram?
Twitter.
It is a FIFA thing, though. FIFA players always say it's Twitter. Is scripting real?
I don't think so.
So happy with that answer. What's your
No, I
favorite
don't.
food, and why is it pizza?
Why is it pizza? Good one, John. Good one. I would have to say my favourite food ever. I would probably say steak pie and chips, steak meal pie. It's
It
probably
is
my
good, though. I
favourite
have to
meal.
admit. Yeah, I can definitely.
Definitely.
I'm not. It would be my choice, but I respect the choice. That's a decent one. Still pizza, a little bit higher, but that's right. That out of the way, Ingve. It is Shapeshifter time, and I know one of the players, which I have to go out. We spoke about him for weeks before we said we need a Marcelo end of the era player card on the left back because he deserves it. He is here. He's not end of the era, and I'm pretty sure you hate this one.
Yeah, it's not far from the truth. Of course, the card is great, but I am really disappointed. I've been waiting for that SPC for so long because I could fit him in a team as well, of course, and he deserves it since it's end of an era from Real Madrid. And I don't want a central card striker or whatever. You can probably play him CDM, etc., but or anywhere pretty much. The way with the stats and everything, double 5-star as well. But Marcelo for me is a left back, and he's been an icon for Real Madrid for ages, I feel. So yeah, I would prefer the SPC than the striker version, to be honest.
Yeah, I sort of expected that. James, what is your general opinion about the Shapeshifter Pro this far? Do you like the aspect of it?
I do like the aspect of it, yeah, but I do agree. I do agree what Avery's saying there. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly. I've got shocking pronunciations, guys.
Don't worry, I did for the show with him. I'm
yes.
still doing it incorrectly. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. But yeah, I do agree. Marcelo is an icon, and a striker's a bit. But I do like the idea of it, really. To be honest, like Sergio Ramos, a striker, that's fun. You've also got from Team 1 last year, Spinazzola, CDM, he's a left back, and also going from a Celtic connection, we've got Tierney. That's not a left back, now a centre back. Not a huge change. But it's decent. But to be fair, from a marketing point of view, they had to go with this because after team of the season, when you've got all the jacked up cards, another promo with another jacked up cards, I don't think would cut it really. So you would have to really think outside the box. So Shapeshifters is a good idea to try and get that engagement back during the summer, I would say.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm just not looking at which card I can replace Marcelo with, so I need a left back that is actually able to play striker.
Or a CDM. You can start him CDM if you position change him.
That's true.
And you have the solution already then. You can just use Cancelo and swap those two. And you just need to find the links.
And, I mean, yes, you are correct.
Cancelo is great as a CM, CDM cam as well, if you want that.
Yeah, so
and you can play him wide. So
I don't care about chemistry and all, right? You know, if I play on 7, as long as everyone is on 100, in total is 100,
Yeah.
I'm fine. I
Fine,
don't care. But what I do care much about is the fact if I use a left back as a centre midfielder as a centre defender, a goalkeeper, a striker, it just tilts me. And my mind can't process that. Cancelo is a left back, so he plays on the left side, on the left back.
I get you.
When I have to switch during a match, maybe I change it around, but I have very much difficulty adjusting to that, Ingve.
I have, I don't know, if 3-4 position changes in my team when I start. So sometimes I just kick the ball out of play for them to get into position.
If you don't play on new gen, actually the console can't keep up with all the changes when you start a match.
It works fine on old gen as well. So I had one team, I think I had 7 players switching positions or something. It took like 20 in-game minutes before everybody was at the correct position. That's really funny though.
Yeah, I can't keep up with. James, you're a content creator. Probably a bit easier for you, or switch things like this?
Well, true, yeah, but also I changed my team left, right, and centre. The only player I don't drop is Eusebio. But talking about a left back and a centre back, Acuna, team of the season Acuna is a very, very good CDM or a centre mid.
I might have just tossed him in the SBC. Oof.
Oh, did you?
I got Cancelo.
Fair enough.
Cancelo, swap Cancelo and Marcelo. You'll find a way. We'll find a way, John.
Probably fine. I just need to buy Marcelo first. I'd rather have an SBC, but he's freaking 6 million. As we speak.
You need to
very
pack him.
expensive.
Yeah, you need to pack him. Period. Yeah.
I think that's easier. It's only 5 now on Xbox dropping.
Right. I can probably buy him in September. Anyways,
You'll pack him.
Ingve, content. We need to go back to basics. All about content, mate. We got Marcelo out of the way. I think that one, because we've spoken about him for weeks, we should have gotten rid of him. What else have we got?
Well, we got a SPC as well, of course, and there's an SPC with a token, so people need to follow people on Twitter that shows where to find them, because it's not going to be easy to keep track of all these the coming weeks. I think it's 2 weeks until we can start redeeming, so kind of need to start looking.
This is Eastern times 2, right? Finding it's. Yeah.
There is there is a token in Shapeshifter Challenge 5. So and we got one for free eventually. So that's 2 today so far. Mm-hmm. And of course we got a player pick SPC, which I think looks the player looks cool, and the options are quite cool as well, even though it's a well-known name and face when it comes to special cards, kind of almost like a legend. And Mr. Guerrero, that plays for Borussia Dortmund. So
he is on the roster of Borussia.
Yeah. So if you did the Schmelzer end of an era card, you have a strong link if you do pick the center mid version, which is cool, I think. And you also have a version which is a right back. So that's also a good option to link if you're so lucky to have a Jude Bellingham team of the season card. So you have a strong link there as well, which will help. I think both cards look quite good, actually. I think I would prefer the center mid version for my team if I was going to do it. Because I have so many right backs now. I don't need another one.
James.
And I also,
What do you think, Mitch? Centre midfielder?
I'm the opposite. I've got so many right backs in my club. Centre mids. So I'll be doing, if I do it, it's only correct me if I'm wrong, 86, 84, I think it is. So I probably will do it, to be honest, and I'll probably pick the right back. Obviously, it's a great link to Bellingham if you're lucky enough to have it, but it's also a soft link to Guardiola that 91 rated centre back as well. So, for example, I could have the right back, I could have Guardiola, I could have Casillas in goals, and then obviously I could have like Chiellini or Corrado off cam. So I'd probably do the right back. But like you said, both cards look brilliant.
Are you guys going to do it?
If there isn't anything super special coming the next few days, I'll probably do it because I already started having a few duplicates I need to use. So he looks really fun though, and I can link him to a few team of the season players from Portugal that I have as well. So no,
James.
I'd probably do him. Yeah, I'd probably wait until Sunday though, just to see what the other content is.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably go for it. And then I'm lucky enough, I packed Moments Eusebio, so it's a strong link to him as well. So there's certainly more reasons to do him other than not to do him.
You went over that really fast, but you were lucky enough to pack Moments Eusebio, right?
Yes, mate.
Yeah. So that's what the listening to the show does to you.
Yeah.
It increases your pack load, like Ingve always said. I have yet to pack anything like that though, but that's a good one though.
I had some luck myself.
It'll be the best card I'll ever pack.
I talked about best cards you ever packed. Someone else, a certain Norwegian king here, has also packed someone who you would really like, although he's been going at him for the whole season. While I was using a lesser card of this one. Ingve, who did you pack, my friend?
I got the team of the season, Cristiano Ronaldo from the 93 team of the season / shapeshifter player pick.
Incredible.
Yeah.
GG's.
Well, thank you. I also saw, first I saw Paqueta and said, oh yes, that's a great pull. And then suddenly to the left there was, my God, there's Ronaldo. I guess I have to take him.
Yeah, certainly. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was really happy about that. So,
that pack wasn't so good for me though. I think I had already 3 of those players. There were 2 goalkeepers in it. I think the other one was Robertson, which I packed 3 times already, I think.
Right, okay.
So there was little left for me to decide. And it's actually so worse that I don't even remember who I don't even know who I packed anymore. Koulibaly. It wasn't too bad, but still.
High rated at least. So and the SPC is back as well, John. So
that's the other thing. Should we still do it? It's the biggest question.
How many times did you do it?
I just did it once. I think you could only do it once.
Is it not repeatable twice, or did it? Or sorry, am I getting that confused? That it redeems again in a few days' time, or was it?
It looks like it's going to be redeemed once more, but I think it was just once before. I don't think you could do it twice. Then at least I saw it once, but it's now available again. So and it says repeatable 1. So in 1 day and 22 hours. You'll be able to do it again, I guess.
Right. Because I got Aubameyang, so I'm not really keen on doing it again.
No, I can imagine that. Yeah, it's not my. The thing is, what else are you going to do? Right?
Yeah, if there's no other cool place, it all depends if you get some cool end of an era SPCs or a flashback or something like that. So
a great end of an era card. And I don't understand why they haven't done it. Tevez, that would be some card.
Well, we're also waiting for Aguero, so
true.
There's still a few players and of course Divock Origi, Sadio Mane.
End of an era for Sadio Mane. You want this too much, man?
No. I'm joking about Origi and Mane.
You're joking. Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind, of course.
Exactly.
I would prefer a shapeshifter, James Milner or something. That would be cool because we haven't seen any special cards for him for a while.
True.
No, but you are Robertson as well. You don't need a Liverpool player every single week, though. Just
no. But
guys, if you're listening to us, we don't necessarily need a Liverpool player every single week. Feyenoord is also a brilliant club. We also like Celtic a lot. Rangers, of course, for the half of the other Scottish community.
We won't hold a grudge.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully some cool stuff coming.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing, right? I don't really like this promo because I don't really like the SBCs thus far. And the other cards are just way too expensive. and you have to rebuild everything in your team to make sense for me. Like Marcelo, cool card, but really not worth it. Changing everything around, at least for me. And especially when you see like the prime moment Zidane now costs 2 million just, and like probably know where I spend my money if I have to go for a midfielder, right? But that's me. But I do think they got a little bit more creative because I was expecting a whole lot of usual suspects again, Ingve in this team and these SBCs.
Yeah, and you got it. You got your wish.
Yeah, that's true though. I think
Pereira, Silas, Corona, Tierney, Arnautovic, Werner, Ramos, El Sharawi, Cristiano Ronaldo. All of them have had several both performance plays.
Where's Adama?
It's probably going to be on the mini release on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So there's not. Well, Blind is probably the most like not so common player for a card. So
doesn't look too bad, honestly.
The CDM is
91
fine,
rated.
Yeah. So
he has got one big issue, but I'm going to mention that on air again. But
probably the club, I'm guessing. But the stats are really good, though.
Yeah, 3-star skills don't force a weak foot. I mean, it doesn't cut it anymore, right?
No, but it's still usable card. I'm pretty sure you're going to pack him 5 times anyway, so
that's also true.
Prepared.
James, do you care about weak foot or skill moves at all?
Weak foot, 100%, 110%. 5-star weak foot has to be. I would pick 5-star weak foot over 5-star skills, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm struggling as well to do all those crazy skill moves, skill cancelling. I feel like my finger's gonna break if I try to do too much. So I try to keep it simple with a few safe ones. I can't even do the ball roll scoop. Maybe once in 10 tries. It used to be quite easy to do, but now I struggle. So I just don't care to try to use it. So
well, it took me about a year and a half to master that.
Yeah, but before you could just run and then scoop on the way, but now you need to ball roll and then, it's too much for me at the moment. So I probably could spend a few months and learn it, but I'm too old for ball roll scoop all around the pitch. So
if you don't mind me asking, James, I know it might be hard practicing that for you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Skills is one of the most difficult things I can do, and a finesse shot. Finesse shot is one of possibly, for you guys, one of the most easiest things you can do in FIFA is a finesse shot. But I find the skills and finesse the most difficult.
Yeah, because you have to reach to one side and then reach to the other, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just wondering though, is like green time shots, is that easy enough?
I don't have time shots on it.
Right.
I don't play with that. I just have that switched off.
Same here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very much worth practicing it, but I can imagine you have to time it perfectly. I can imagine that might be hard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You need a good connection as well.
Yeah, spot on.
If you're on a bad connection, then you're trying to...
really think that's true, honestly, because we have a trainee from Greece. I have to shout him out, Marios, right? He always plays at least 50, 60 MS. He's been working with the FUTcoaching program, so the follow-up sessions we do, for example, we coach him for a month, and we've been working him for a couple of months now. One thing he is extremely good at, he's able to time his shots on green time with a connection I wouldn't even be able to. If I had that connection every day, I wouldn't even start up the game anymore, right? And he sticks to it and times it perfectly. So I think that way is definitely doable. Yeah. If you're like James, you can't actually reach the controller easily enough. You have to focus on which skill moves you have to work on. How do you decide which moves you're going to work on then? Because isn't it a risk that you now start working on it the next year it's not in the game anymore?
Yeah, well, that's true as well. I just need to, just like we said earlier, every day's a school day, just improve and just try and get better. Also as well, chip. For years I couldn't chip the ball. I couldn't do it at all. So like if I was playing against my friends, all they would have to do, if I'm 1-on-1 with the keeper, they just bring out the keeper and then I'm not scoring because I can't chip it. But maybe about a year ago, I mastered it and I finally can chip it now. But also, with that being said, I can't stress enough that every single FIFA I get to Division 1, and also as well, I don't use any special controllers. It's just a normal PS4 controller or a PS5 controller.
I guess there aren't any much options for PlayStation either, right?
Yeah,
Now
that's true
Xbox
as
has,
well.
of course, you can customize everything if you need be.
True.
But that's.
So I think you can either
I have
get.
a problem reaching the PlayStation controller. If I play with the PlayStation controller too much, my hands start to hurt because I really don't like the set switches. I need my left stick
Okay.
to actually be higher up. I prefer that, honestly.
Okay. Fair enough.
So there's no custom PlayStation controller available that actually has offset sticks. So for
I
me,
think there is.
No, not at the moment. PlayStation 5,
Yes,
there's not.
Scuff, I think has. I'm pretty
So
sure they
Scott,
have.
if you're listening, send me one of those controllers and I'll review it for you live. But I sincerely doubt that's actually there. If I'm honest, for the PlayStation 5. But it could be cool. That's already an issue for me, right? I can't imagine you saying, like, you know what, this is what I have to be working with. Let's make it work. I think it's totally impressive. And I know I've been said to be critical at people when interviewing this, but honestly, I think this is all just impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
The critical parts come later, though.
No, feel free to, mate. You need to criticise. That's the only way you learn in life. You can't always.
That's also a good one, yeah. No, I think it's it shows endurance, right? And I think that's on Monday's show we said, why do you think people need to play FIFA over the summer? We think it is because you can focus on one skill set you want to make yours, while also performing in a high competitive environment is the best way of learning it. And there's no risk in doing it now because who cares if you don't make a certain amount of wins? It's silly season, right? Take that silly season very serious, and suddenly you have a great season to practice things. I can't tell you how many skill moves I did this week because I'm practicing that. I can tell you my hands still hurt by trying that. So at the end of the summer, I've mastered 3 or 4 more, right? I think that's how I call it.
That's good. Always good for your armory.
Which also means there's still hope for me, and I might be able to play squad battles somewhere if I would stick to it, Ingve.
Squad battles, yeah.
I'm not going to do it. That's one spoiler. I'm staying away.
Yeah, that's a struggle.
Ingve, any fun things we have left? Do we have nice kits coming on this week?
Not seen any yet, but we have a Shapeshifters Emerson playing for Tottenham Hotspurs. He's a centre mid now. With 4-star skill, 4-star weak foot, and high work rates, you need to do a few objectives, of course. Score 3 headers in the live foot friendly shifting shape. Assist 5 goals using midfielders. And you need to win 5 matches, and you need to assist with a through ball using Premier League players in 5 separate matches in the live foot friendly shifting shape. So that's a new mode. And
I swear they're making these names longer for you on every Friday.
Yeah, I have to. Breeding problem here. Maximum 1 loan, minimum 3 countries, and a minimum 5 leagues, and it's a classic match. But at least there's no daily limit on it, which is very nice. But you have 6 days and 22 hours to do him and unlock him. A solid card, but there's a lot of similar ones in the Premier League. But of course, he's Brazilian, so easy to link in pretty much everywhere.
So a green link to flashback Richarlison as well.
Yep, that's also a good point. And it looks like a good card, and should be able to unlock him in a day, pretty much. I'm sure of. We also got a Shapeshifter Cup. That's 5 matches every day for some player picks and packs.
Do we have to play bronze versus silvers? Oh boy!
No,
we didn't mention that, but that's the most horrific choice they made this year.
No comment. It's a golden goal one. The rules are called first 2. You have 1 lone player maximum and minimum 1 shapeshifter player in that team. 5 matches daily. You have 6 days and 22 hours to complete it. And the maximum of wins you can get is as much as actually 21 wins. And if you get 21 wins, you get a rare player pack untradeable.
Nice, they made it untradeable though.
Well, all packs are untradeable, but there's 583 plus for 21 wins as well. So EFIX from the 5 biggest leagues. So there's some cool...
Those are better though, but I think it's very annoying that let's literally sweat it out. You need to win them all when it's 35 degrees out there, and you get an untradeable back in return. So it feels a bit off.
I would prefer maybe a Shapeshifter Team 2 player pick or something like that would be better.
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be quite toxic, I think, that mode.
It can't be this toxic as this bronze versus silver was. I tried it for 4 matches. I was like, you know what, this is...
If you can find a match, if you're using silvers, I don't know how many playing with the bronze team, so... I didn't even try it. I have both silver teams and I can make a bronze team, but I'm not going to even spend time on it because it affects when I'm playing weekend league or champs.
I started it for science purposes. That experiment did not end well, I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it for science either. So
I was like, I owe it to the listeners to at least give it a try.
Yeah.
Then 30 minutes later, even my daughter came up and was like, Dad, what's going on? It's all right. It's probably best to stop this now.
Yeah, I think that's for the sanity. It's the best to do that. We can, of course, talk a little bit more about the team now when we got the content out of the way.
Take it away. Well, I'll let you guys discuss all about the team. Because I definitely have my opinion and everyone already knows that, I think.
Well, the stars are, of course, Marcelo, and we have the Cristiano Ronaldo left winger, 99 rated. That's, of course, a very good card as well. But he's still 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, and still right-footed. So many cards have changed the weak foot as well, but not the Cristiano Ronaldo one. So if you already have the team of the season, I don't know. He's quite a lot more agile, though. We got a +10 for balance. That's going to help, I guess.
Does it though?
I'm not going to say that you should spend 5 million more or something like that to get the left winger. I don't think I would do that, to be honest. That's a little bit over the top as well. I think it's easier to link the central card as well. So, but that's just me.
I think like the Foot Birthday is still the best Ronaldo card because it's 5-star, right? And the rest of the stats you can boost, which you really need.
That card is really good as well. If you want a very good value for coins, of course, that's a great option to use if you can't afford the team of the season one. I totally agree on that. There is an interesting card that I think I might try to get into the team and try if I get a good price, and that's the Corona card. He has double 5-star as well.
You didn't get Corona yet.
94 rated.
No, yeah, the Sevilla player. High work rates as well, so he can play pretty much everywhere almost, more or less. He's not the strongest, of course, but 83 strength is fine, I guess, now. Anyways.
5-star.
Yeah, and the Rule Breakers card was great when it came out. So that's why I say one of the familiar faces as well. But you can probably use him as a box-to-box as well. You can, wide, cam, center forward, probably striker as well. I think that Rule Breaker card was crazy good as a striker in the beginning of the game. So
I have to admit, this is one, if I now look at the stats, which I of course haven't done before, so I'm freestyling this, with the 5-star, and if you look at his boost with the 99 positioning and his shooting already, if you put him as a striker or center midfielder or even as a winger, because he also has the early cross trade, on the 5-star, seeing he's already down to 300,000 coins, if you can link him, like if you spend 5.3 million, you buy Marcelo and him, I guess.
Well, you can. There's quite a few players you can link him with, though, and that's a little bit cheaper than.
You got Suarez, I guess, right?
Yeah, you can link him with Kunde, Acuna, Jesus Navas.
Kunde as well, and Acuna,
Yeah. So if you have Kunda and Acuna, those are cheap as well, and you can have a really good triangle in 4-3-3 version. So no problem to fit them in a team. So looks like a really good card, and the price is really good already, and it should probably drop more as well.
I guess he will. Is there any cards you're looking forward to trying, James?
Just Tierney. Tierney, really. But you know, when I say that, it's Tierney. But my team is at this time of the year, you know. So just for fun, really, Tierney. Obviously, I would love Ronaldo. You know, that goes without saying. Ramos would be pretty fun, playing as a striker. Timo Werner would be good. But I also like that Austrian. I cannot pronounce the guy's name. He used to play for Stoke, but from a striker, a centre back. Who knows?
Arnautovic.
Our friends from FC Twente back in the day.
Yeah, that's the one. So that could be a fun card as well. And obviously you've got Pereira as well. That's the midfielder, but he's now a left wing back. He's Argentinian, so that's good links as well. So there is.
I can imagine how many red cards Arnautovic would get if he played real life centre defence.
Oh, I know, definitely. What is his aggression? Just out of curiosity, or do you know when the centre back is it 99 or is it 95? Yeah. There you go.
He's going to concede a few penalties probably by just auto tackling someone.
Yeah, exactly. But I hope also there's going to be better SBCs though for the Shapeshifters, because I really enjoy doing the SBCs rather than just buy a player from the market.
Yeah, me too. And then you don't have to worry about the price either. So
yeah, exactly.
I bought Robertson and tried him, and then sold him, and I think I got a 5k profit, and then he dropped almost 100k just a few days after. So that's heavy stuff.
I go into untradables really soon in the game, just to make sure I don't have to think about that. And like we had 3 weeks ago, Ingve had Cancelo, and the Cancelo dropped 400k while we were recording a podcast, I think.
Yeah,
and it's this really sucks, and I can start again. And like, yeah, but you still have Cancelo. Right? You still have Václav back in the game, so it's all right.
I'd love Cancelo for my team, definitely.
He's really good.
But it does suck, it does suck. And that's why I definitely stay away at these shapeshifter cards for this week, at least, until maybe later in the week if you really want to buy one. As we've seen last week, there were some crazy dips on the cards.
Oh yeah. But the El Shaarawy card looks quite cool as well, I think.
Yeah, actually, definitely. And there is a good amount of Serie A special players. Also, there was an SBC out for Roma as well, Pellegrini. And Pellegrini was really, really good. So that's obviously, you know, a huge, great link. Or what is it? A huge, great link. A solid green link for the two Italians and, of course, Roma in the same league.
I think you get a Spinazzola as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's really good. And if you can have a perfect link with El Shaarawy and Pellegrini. So
yeah, exactly. So
you get some super links there. It should be easier to fit them into the team as well. So and I really like that Spinazzola card. He's really good at centre mid or CDM, and at the moment I'm using him at right back actually.
Right. Okay.
So so I have I have Darmian going to left back. My left back Cancelo goes to centre mid, and my centre mid goes to right back, and my right wing goes to left wing, and left wing goes to right winger. So there's some heavy player shifting at start of the matches there.
You don't know Ingve too well, James, but Ingve starts building his team on a Monday. He ends building the team on a Friday evening, and then spends a weekend playing him and deleting it on Sunday evening to try again on Monday. This week.
I changed team a few times, yeah.
Oh, I change it as well. You should see me. I can totally change my team all the time. The only player I said earlier, Eusebio, I don't drop Eusebio, but I change my team constantly. I don't know what it is, but I just change it constantly all the time.
I think it's a cool aspect of Ultimate Team, right? I, on the other hand, just get a player, put him in my team. I don't touch it anymore. And like, oh yeah, this guy played 2,000 matches. I should maybe think about replacing him now.
But try something else after 2,000 matches, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But I can recommend, if you want a cheap option that I think is quite similar to Eusebio, is the Team of the Season Suarez. It's a crazy good card and great
I've
value.
not used him. I've not used him at all, so I could give him a go. Yeah, definitely.
He's great if you can fit him in the team. I did the Carrasco SPC and as the right winger version, and he really surprises me every match. Really good card, and he has some of the best crossing in the game. If you do like to do,
I
some
do
crossing.
love a cross. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I really like crossing. Just bear with me. I'm just going to turn on the light, another light, because it's getting a bit dark.
Yeah. So Carrasco crosses to Cristiano Ronaldo. It's usually a goal. So
Especially
and
from
Suarez,
a corner.
Yeah, and Suarez can head the ball as well. So he scores quite a few headers as well from crosses. So that's a good combination as well.
I've also got a soft link to him in Nunes, Team of the Season Nunes. So that'd be a good partnership as well. Actually,
He looks
Suarez,
really good. I want to try him, but
incredible. He's very, very good.
I just want to find a good price. I still think it's a little bit too high since the links are not the best. So I was hoping he was going to have
still
100K.
300K or something.
Yeah. So I was hoping
packed him. I was lucky enough to pack him.
Yeah, I would love to pack him. So looks like a really fun card.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thing is, I got a whole club of fun cards, and I only use 11 always. And every time I keep rebuilding this week as well, I send a couple of examples or in our Discord. When you can, if you join our community, you have Discord. There's an Ask Ingve channel where we can just say, "Hey, Ingve, what about this? What about this? Can you have a look at this? What do you think about this?" And no matter what happens, no matter how many changes I implement, we always come back to the first 11 players. So I'm just not going to. This is my team. I know which formations I'll be playing, for the rest of the season, unless finally get some cool players. It's probably going to be it, right?
Yeah, it depends on who you pack. If you pack someone, we can always try to rebuild. But you usually pack a very good player, but you don't have any other good links to that player, so it's a little bit difficult to fit them.
Yeah,
it's
true. I've got so many good players.
But you know what happens is you have a team, you have a bench full of cool players, but you really can't link unless you rebuild the whole team. And if you start rebuilding the whole team, it's probably worse than what you currently have. Like I've got Koundé, I got Payet, I got I got Fofana, Diaby, Ndike. So I can probably build a whole friend squad, right? But then I was like, yeah, Cancelo's better. I like Van Dijk pretty much. Marquinhos, why would I replace him? And I wouldn't replace Vieira. Hey, Cantona is pretty cool. And then suddenly I'm like, why am I actually thinking about rebuilding? Because it's fine. So yeah, I played 1,760 matches with Marquinhos, for example, now.
Jeez.
So
yeah.
I don't change it at all, honestly. I think I played about, I can't actually see that much. I don't even know how many games I played, but it's like I don't switch around. So for player reviews, during Team of the Season, I was pretty good at switching around for one weekly league. Currently, I threw that all in the bin and just remained steadfast with my loyal 11.
Well,
unless I packed in Ronaldo.
I don't want to say this out loud to the listeners. I might have to whisper it, but I don't play red Messi. I've got red Messi, Team of the Season, 97 rated, and sometimes he doesn't even make the bench. Usually he's on my reserves.
And that's why we call it silly season now. So that was one of those players which I would not be able to put on the bench and have to play, although he might not even perform, right? It's
crazy. I've even
that's the thing about this.
Ronaldo as well.
Yeah, I still used to want to watch. Yeah.
I think I would
would
consider rebuilding if I got Team of Season. Let's see. I actually faced one playing 5-3-2, and he had Messi starting as a right wing back.
Yeah, because he has such great stamina and such a great body type to defend.
I think he changed him around in game. I can't remember. Yeah,
that's crazy. So, and the sad thing is, really, I can fit Messi in my team, no problem. No problem, because I've got Vieira and other icons, so I could fit him in, no bother. But I just don't know. I prefer. Obviously, his dribbling's good and things like that, but just not my cup of tea at the moment.
Yeah, if you don't get on with him, then it's like it's not worth trying to force him in. If you put him on the bench, you kind of feel like I have to sub him in, and then if you don't like him when you sub him in, then you might cost you a game as well. So then it's probably better just
I feel
keeping him
bad for
in the
Messi.
reserve.
In real life, he has the same situation, and you're mirroring that.
Well, who says FIFA isn't realistic?
I've never said that though. Like I said, 3-5-2 this year. Good in FIFA, good in real life. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's
True,
James, what formation do you play?
well, talking about changing teams.
4-2-3-1.
I change
I can actually
formations
see it.
all the time. All the time I do. But I play. I've got it set up at the moment. 4-2-3-1. I've got 3-5-2. I've got 5-2-1-2, and then I've got 4-2-2. I like to try and what the best way. I don't want to always copy my opponent or whatever, but I want to be in the same. Sometimes in the same shape or whatever. Like if I'm playing 3 at the back or I'm playing 4, if I'm playing against a 4-3-2-1, then I'll switch to 5-2-1-2. So try and counter them and things like that. So I've always try and in my head get different scenarios, but I change all the time. But I always love 4-2-3-1. I'm a big fan of one up front.
Yeah, so that's triangles, bit more basic play,
exactly.
and
Build up,
if need
take
be,
the attack
cross on
up.
the corner.
Aye, or even cross, not even in the corner. I love a cross out wide. I love a strong. I'm really enjoying at the moment Shapeshifters Team. I think he's been excellent.
I've not faced him ever.
No,
This far.
honestly, I love a striker that can really good dribbling, really strong, and also can jump and head the ball. So for me, he's ideal for me really.
Did you try, or did you do the SPC with for W9? That's what we call him.
The Burnley striker.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that. Unfortunately, no, I wasn't playing FIFA at that time. Unfortunately, so I had a if you want to call it a sabbatical, a wee break. So I wasn't playing FIFA. Unfortunately, when Weirkos was there, or even Mbappe. Unfortunately, or I would have done the two of them. No problem.
He's still crazy good, and he's one of the best headers on the ball in the game.
I wish I completed him, mate.
He's got a right winger shapeshifter card with double 5-star skill moves and weak foot for W9. That would be awesome.
Center defender
Thank
W9.
You. No. Right winger.
Be good, eh?
That's one of those cards still. That's on my bench. I never sub him in. Every time I think, I can put this 91 into an SBC. But it's still W9. It can't, but I'm not using any. It's weird.
I sometimes when I struggle, I just sub in W9 and put him and Ronaldo in 4-2-4 and run across, and he usually score a few goals. So it works. Still
talking about the strikers, if you don't mind me asking, like the two of you with your strikers, do you have them stay central or do you just have it balanced?
Ingve, take this away.
Yeah, what? I actually have to check. I'm on my console.
Just talking about strikers, because I even 9 months into the game or whatever it is, I'm still unsure what to do. If it's either stay central or balanced.
I have stay central and getting
behind. I do the exact same.
Behind it, yeah. So
I do the exact same.
Stay forward as well.
Or you use stay forward.
Yeah, I don't want them back defending. If I win the ball, I want the striker to be ready to run and be in there for a cross.
Yeah, I totally get that. But do you feel that it just sticks? Do they stick to the defender though if we stay forward? That's what I found, that they're too close to your opponent's defence.
No, Ronaldo and Suarez have really good attacking AIs and make some crazy good runs. So they usually get out of the way from the defenders. They don't kind of stand still. They still make small runs.
I should try stay forward then. Definitely.
Yeah, at least for Suarez and Ronaldo, I think pretty much sure that Eusebio would be really good for that as well. I think his attacking AI is really good.
Yeah, yes, it truly is. Yeah.
But if it's a smaller striker, then I think I would probably leave them on. I would probably go balanced and just mixed attack if it was a smaller type of striker, because then they would move around a lot more and just let their stats do the talking, I guess, and see what happens. Yeah.
Do you trigger runs manually, James?
No, I cannot do it whatsoever. That's another limitation that I've got. I can't do it. I've tried and tried. I can't. So every tactic I do, I have to have getting behind, and I totally get if you put getting behind the striker, he's going to run offside. But that's what I have to work with, and also I would have to use long ball. I use long ball a lot, and also long ball. It's not really good defensively, unfortunately, and it makes you lose a bit of your shape, and shape's a huge thing in FIFA. But I need to sacrifice that because I'd rather my striker run than not run. Do you know what I mean? So I need to make wee small sacrifices.
You should try Suarez because he has one of the best attacking AI runs I've ever seen. I think probably better than the Cristiano Ronaldo runs as well. And he might run offside, but he's really quick to get out of offside and make a new run and be able to be ready for a new pass or cross or whatever. So he has some crazy attacking AI on that team of the season, Suarez.
I'll certainly try him, but I'll need to save up. I was very, very lucky.
Story of my life.
about a week ago. I packed tradable Mateus moments. Mateus tradable. So I got him, and then I sold him to do the player pick, the moments player pick for the content for the stream, and then I got Mateus.
Oh, serious?
No. Well, it's a good pull though, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But then I put all the coins, into player picks and SBCs and things like that for the stream. So I haven't got a lot of coins left, to be honest. But I'll certainly try them. I'll try my best to get them.
He's around 590k on PlayStation now. So I lost 100k on him, but he's so good. I don't mind that at all. So
it's a cool insight though, because I'm thinking I used to have most of the time just use drop back on my defenders, stay back on my strikers. But I always use manual runs for mostly everything. So in my current setup, I even have them on get back in defense and drift wide, and the rest I do manual switching and just send them on manual, either trigger them with dynamic runs or flick my boat sticks, press my boat sticks and manual control that player. But because they're on drift wide and they are on drop back, actually I can dictate that run myself. But you're far more dependent on instructions on player or work rates than I would ever be, which makes it a whole different story. And this is kind of interesting. That's if you're a guest on the podcast, we owe you a coaching session from Team FUTcoaching. But I think it's a cool way of having a look at your gameplay, considering the things you just can't implement.
I would love to do the manual runs, and it's very, very frustrating at times, but you just go on it, really. That's it. That's all.
No, I think the instructions do help a lot, though, if for a backup
and work rates 110%. I totally agree with you.
And when I review strikes, I'm like, I couldn't care less about the work rates. They're just running from midfield upwards for me anyways, I select them, so who cares? But that's way different, of course. Cool insight. What's your favorite striker currently, then?
My favourite striker at the moment?
Don't say Tyrone.
Eusebio.
Yeah.
Moment Eusebio.
Easily.
Has to be.
I see. Ingve, you're going to test your CR7 this weekend?
Oh, yeah. I tested him a few times already. So
I want a high-pressure weekend league for you with 18 wins and 36 goals from CR7, man.
I'd be happy with 14 wins, so that's quite good as well, I think. I had it last weekend, so personal best is 15, so it would be cool to break it as well to 16 would be great.
That's cool.
We'll see.
If people want to check up with you, Ingve, how good Ronaldo performs for you this weekend, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Evgnonian, of course, EA forums at LittleOn95, and our great Discord at LittleOn95.
Perfect. And he's not from 95, I'm just saying that. I got that question last week, why the 95?
Yeah, that's another story.
We won't make it this podcast. James, Eusebio already proven his worth, so wondering if you're going to run him this weekend, of course, probably you will. And where can actually people find you and check you out while you are streaming?
Yeah, certainly. I stream daily on Twitch, so it's just www.twitch.tv/Tolando77. Also got a YouTube channel as well, just www.youtube.com/Tolando77. Everything really is just Tolando77. I'll update you daily on my stream plans through Twitter and Instagram, and I've also got my Facebook page as well. So by all means, to drop in and say hello and get involved.
Yeah, go check out the stream though, because it's also, I found it's a really active, cool chat as well along with it. So you got a nice community going there. It was,
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
had
my
a blast
best to
actually,
build it.
just sitting in and typing along, watching people react. It's really cool. Next to your, of course, your performances, it's just a cool place to hang out in. So go check
Appreciate
it
that,
out. We'll
thank
put the
you.
links in the description for everyone. Give him a follow. Give him a sub, of course, on Twitch. And of course, check him out on our pro clubs, because
Yeah.
James has been running as a cam, running a purple marker this week. I don't know if that's always the case, honestly, because it's my first game of pro clubs this year. But that's why I'm not running the pro club scene. So
Right.
check out the performances of Team Foot Coaching. Next week at Foot Coaching, we'll be announcing our new 2022-23 official Foot Coaching eSport jersey, which you, of course, as a player will get as well, James.
Oh, fantastic.
So that's
Thank
going
you.
to be awesome. I'm really happy with it. There's a couple of people who've already seen it, including Ingve. Look at his smile. It's going to be really awesome. But we're
Yeah,
just
it's awesome.
talking with the last of the sponsors. Once we get that done next week, we'll be able to present that jersey. And we can also probably present, no, not probably, we can present in which league we will be performing, because there might be some updates as well. Of course, we are playing in the Virtual Pro Gaming League, but there has been some fun communication going around, so we might have a little surprise there as well. The league starts on July 11th, so we got 2 more weeks to get things rolling. And if you're listening to the show and you're like, you know what, I, of course, love watching James stream, and I, of course, love seeing him perform in Pro Club, but I would really be a part of that Pro Club, then check out our Patreon, which is patreon.com/foot in review, because Patreon members have a little bit of a advantage. They always get an invite for the trials currently. And if you're not a Patreon, that's perfectly fine. There are still spots open for the PlayStation 5. Then just give us at Foot Coaching somewhere a drop, and we'll send you a form which you have to put into which player position you want to play, which number which you have to like. Of course, with actually having real life kids, we also need your numbers now. We can't have 2 times the same numbers. And then we'll be back in touch. Currently, just only PlayStation 5. We're hoping for some cross-play news there. So check out James, check out Ingve, check out the show, of course, on all podcast services around the world. Give us a 5-star review while you're at it, especially on Spotify. It's just 1 second of your time. Hope to see you in the Patreon. Of course, welcome to all the new Patreons this week. And there is just one thing left to do, guys, and that is drop it.
Drop it.
You. 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 T. T. In view. You.